Have you ever looked at a map of the United States and wondered, why are there two Dakotas? Or maybe you've scratched your head about the Carolinas or the Virginias. The US map is like a giant jigsaw puzzle, and sometimes the pieces seem to fit together in the strangest ways. Today, we're diving into the curious cases of state splits. First up, let's head to the northern Great Plains, home to the Dakotas. Before there were two Dakotas, there was just one big Dakota territory. Think wide open spaces, roaming bison, and, you guessed it, the allure of gold. In the late 1800s, gold fever struck the Black Hills, right in the heart of Dakota Territory. People rushed in, hoping to strike it rich. Towns boomed overnight. It was chaos, but exciting chaos. This population explosion got people thinking about creating a state government to handle all of this. Back then, adding a new state meant shifting the balance of power in Congress. Republicans saw an opportunity in Dakota. By splitting the territory in two, they could potentially gain 4 senators instead of just 2. Sneaky, right? So, in a nutshell, the Dakotas split thanks to a combination of gold fever and political maneuvering. The two states, North Dakota and South Dakota, officially joined the Union in 1889. Next, let's talk about Virginia. In 1861, tensions over slavery had reached a boiling point. Virginia, a state deeply entrenched in the Confederacy, was experiencing an internal struggle. The western counties, with their different economies and fewer slaves, opposed secession. They felt like their voices weren't being heard in the state capital, Richmond. So, as the Civil War raged, these western counties took a stand. They broke away from Virginia and formed their own state, West Virginia. It was a bold move, a rejection of slavery, and a declaration of their own identity. West Virginia officially joined the Union in 1863, right in the middle of the Civil War. It was a powerful symbol of the Union's strength and the deep divisions within the Confederacy. Now, let's talk about the Carolinas. This duo actually started as one colony way back in 1663. Carolina was a proprietary colony, meaning it was basically owned and operated by a group of 8 wealthy Englishmen. Governing a colony from across an ocean proved to be a bit of a challenge. As the colony grew, so did the differences between the North and South. The North was more about small farms and a more egalitarian society, while the South embraced large plantations and, unfortunately, slavery. It was like two different worlds trying to share the same space. By 1710, Carolina was basically split into 2 separate colonies, North Carolina and South Carolina. They finally made it official in 1729. The Carolinas are a prime example of how different economic and social structures can lead to change. And let's be real, sometimes a clean break is for the best, right? The splits of the Dakotas, Virginias, and Carolinas weren't just about geography. They were about power, identity, and change. These divisions weren't always pretty, but they shaped the map and the story of the United States as we know it. It's messy. It's complicated, and sometimes it's even a little bit dramatic. If you enjoy this kind of daily content, please consider liking and subscribing. Thanks for watching.